you just want me to get
everything
but John's head?
There you go.
Well, at some point,
Yeah.
some point in the video, they'll go, "Oh my God, who's that?" Oh, God.
So let me do what you just did, so we can do return demo. Okay, there you go. Battery life.
Yep.
Each dot represents 30 minutes.
Yep, 30 to 40 minutes worth of use.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. This thing, see now, the bottom, you have to make sure it hooks in at the bottom.
Okay.
Like so. Because I've seen these plenty of times where they're sticking out at the bottom and then they don't engage because where's the connection at kind of in the middle?
Right.
And so I've seen that.
Okay.
And then it's not in all the way and they can fall out and everything.
Okay.
So, anyways, clips in that way, kind of an angle down.
Perfect.
Okay. So this is a software interface port. This is your speaker.
Scotty needs 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
He'll just jump in and you can start the loop.
You got it.
Perfect.
So we have a cable goes to nurse call.
Okay.
So you can see that looks like a stereo or a phone jack. I could literally go unhook that phone from the wall and plug it right in there, but no, it won't do anything. But we do have a remote alarm and a cable that goes to that, so you can run remote alarms if you need to.
Okay.
This is a battery connector for doing external battery. You can hook any kind of battery you want to this thing, 12 volt and up. I think it goes as high as 40 volts. So it all gets converted out on the board. So this can be hooked to cigarette lighter adapters, car batteries, tractor batteries, anything and everything that is a battery for disaster preparedness. This little white hook up here is for your oxygen. We can bleed up to 15 liters a minute. This port bleeds into this entire area, which is a kind of a crisscross horizontal mixture compartment for the air to be pulled into the blower.
Okay.
Okay. This is a large particle filter just to keep all the dust bunnies out of the patient's airway path.
Okay.
Okay. So your O2 comes in here. You can go up to 15 liters a minute. You can get up to about 52% FiO2 out of this device with a 15-liter bleed in,
Okay.
depending on how much gas is going through it. Okay. So other than that, on this side, I've got a power connector, power cord connector, simple 2-prong.
Yeah.
Almost every single BiPAP, CPAP ever made in the last 20 years uses that connector.
Okay.
So that means if you didn't have a power cord, you could run around the hospital and find one that's going to work off of some other 2-prong device. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how much time you want to spend going through your list, or you want to go through the
Yeah, I
device.
do. Just
Which way you want to do it?
that's good. Okay. So.
So on this guy on the back, we basically, here is your off and on button.
Okay.
Okay. The detachable battery, which you've seen, the oxygen port on the back. We've talked about the 15 liters per minute. Only other thing on the front of the panel here is alarm silence.
Okay.
It's good for 1 minute.
Okay.
Most critical care events are 3 minutes.
Right.
This is 1 minute. So I'm going to turn this guy on. I'm going to put this thing on. Now this is a test port that I have
Okay.
working for the company. It just basically fakes my machine into thinking that it's got something hooked to it.
Sure.
Effectively a test one. So when you first turn on Trilogy, what it's going to do is it brings up a message telling you, hey, you're not plugged into AC.
Okay.
See this little light?
Mm.
That would be green if we were plugged into AC.
Okay.
Okay? Then you would not get that message and the machine would just come up at this next screen.
Okay.
I've got a choice between reset and modify. I don't want to modify anything right there, but I do want to reset that message, so hit reset. This is the standard screen that the vent comes to. So if you're hooked into AC, this is what you're going to come up and see.
Okay.
Here's the power that's on my internal battery.
Mm-hmm.
Each bar represents, again, about 30-40 minutes of life. And there's that external one. So I'm going to pull it again.
Mm-hmm.
It goes away. I put it back. It tells me I pulled it out. I'm going to hit reset. It's back on, so it's back reading again, live data.
Okay.
Okay? Card right here means that it has an SD card in it.
Okay.
What's that for? This records anything and everything that's done to this ventilator.
Oh, nice.
All data, all patient information, all settings, alarms, everything
Perfect.
is on that card.
Okay.
Aloha Respiratory and companies that access the data from the machine, because you'll notice it has Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm.
This thing at home is set up to where it sends its information every 8 hours to a cloud.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you can literally go in and see what's going on with your patient.
Right.
How often they're wearing it, their leak, their alarms, any issues, and we use it to drive compliance and help them while they're outside the hospital so they don't have an exacerbation. if they're COPD. Close that guy back up. That's pretty much the whole front of the vent. Okay. This works just like an old school flip open cell phone.
Okay.
It's directional. Up and down, left and right. The keys correspond with the message on the screen. It's not a touch screen.
Okay.
You're going to hit menu up, gets you into the settings. From here, that's where the Bluetooth would be turned off and on. Waveform view, which I don't know anybody that uses little vents and to view the waveforms, so we'll keep going. If you wanted to remove the SD card on the side and not worry about corrupting data, you can use that. And then finally get down to settings and alarms. Hit select. What do you want to do? First off, do you have a dual prescription or a single prescription? This machine, we can set it up on, let's say, pressure control, or let's say CPAP pressure support, ST, during the day on a trach patient who's kind of active and alert and doing their thing, and then at night they go on to pressure control or AC. So we can split the prescription to where it's daytime, nighttime, or home and away, or however you think that that becomes appropriate. And so you can set up each prescription completely independently. Hi. Yes, ma'am. Come on in.
Alright. Can I sit?
Maybe
Hello.
we should start again.